So again, I went to the folder on my computer where I'm going to store stuff for this class. Right-click, new folder. I named it First React Native App. There's nothing in this folder right now. Then I went to VS Code, opened the folder for this First React Native App, clicked OK. I'm now in VS Code. So this is my goal for today. We got 23 minutes. I want us all to have a working, running React Native app on your computer. It's going to be the most boring app ever, but it's going to be running on your computer, which is huge. Okay, everybody here? You with me? So I'm going to press Control and tilde to bring up the terminal. You can also say View Terminal. I'm sure it's here somewhere. There it is. Oh, technically it's Control and backtick. Oh, because tilde is with the shift. And I do not want agent mode right now. Is that too small to read the text down here? I can zoom in one if that would help. Here's a thought I had, interjection. There's going to be a few commands that are really important that we don't run very often. So I was thinking it might be nice to like create a cheat sheet, as it were. I thought I could create like a Google Doc and just share it with everybody, or a Google slide set if it's easier to just kind of have one command per thing, where we accumulate the commands and have access to them. I mean, certainly, like, I think you're typing them, so you could do this on your own. If it's helpful for me to like almost keep a collection of them somewhere, I can do that. How would work best for you? You got any ideas on that? Like the next time you create a new project, you're going to want to run the same command. And it's just a Google Doc that's just out there. This is all of our cheat sheet of codes. Okay. Okay, cool. I mean, I feel confident that, like, if you could ask ChatGPT, how do I do this? And it would give you something. But to kind of skip that step, we could do it this way. And I'm going to have to look up in my cheat sheet how to do this. Okay, let's see what I remember from last week. We're going to say NPX, which is the way that we execute a node program without downloading and installing that program on our computer. Okay, so this program that we're going to run is called Create Expo -app. So create -expo -app. That. So create Expo app is the command, which is a program that's going to scaffold out a blank Expo app, which is going to involve creating a bunch of stuff, so much stuff. And you don't want to remember how to create all that stuff. So there's commands for all the major like projects in any language really to do this. This program has different versions, and we at this moment just want to use the latest version. So you could, if you knew the versions, you could say at 5.3. I'm just making up numbers, so I don't know what the numbers actually are. If you actually wanted to say, no, I don't want to use the latest version. I want to use version 2.3 because that's what I know is compatible with the other junk that I'm making. But yes. So this is the thing I want to do different. This is why I wanted to delete it all. Space, dot. Dot on the command line means this folder right here that I'm in. And I'm already in this first React Native app folder because I know it because I can see it right there. So now instead of creating a new folder, it'll just do it in this folder, which is what I'd like. Now, at this point, it's going to create a bunch of stuff and then run npm install to bring down all of the supporting software that's necessary to run this. So downloaded and extracted project files, Did this work for you? Does not look like it worked for you, Robert. What does it say? Google that if you don't mind. There's a setting you have to set on Windows that allows you to run scripts like this. 44 errors. Are you on FHU? You do have to have internet access when you do this. You're on FHU and your code works. You're on Mac or PC. So did this work for anybody? Okay, that's nice that it. Did you find that command? There's something you have to do for PowerShell. Yes. You have to, which is basically just saying it's giving higher permission because Windows is being really secure to not execute commands like this. Did you find it, Dylan? Or can you paste it in the chat or the Discord if you don't mind? You got it. You got it, Izzy. Tyson, how's it going for you? Oh, no.
I created a file for this whole class, and then I created another file under it for this first React.
Open that folder. Like, do file open. And open that. Yeah, do file open and just open that inner folder in this window. Yeah, open folder. And then find wherever it is. There you go. And then open up your terminal. And the command, I'll bring it up again. You guys know on the command line, if you press up, it'll go back in your history and show you the previous thing that you typed. So it's npx space create expo-app at latest. That's all one word without spaces. And then space dot. And the dot is saying, do all that work in this current directory, this current folder. Sorry.
And are those dashes double dash?
It says single dash.
Oh.
Is it working for y'all? Did you ask ChatGPT or Google? It is one of those weird, it seems this is long, gross command on Windows where you you set some permission to read or write or something from PowerShell.
Do I need to start out with a percent?
No, it should. Don't you have that anyway?
No.
Oh, but because you're in PowerShell. No, it's okay. Yeah, that's right. What did it say? Okay. It's exactly the same thing they have. Can you help Tyson too if you got it working? Or put it in the Discord if that. So check out Discord. There's just a one-line command that you execute that opens up the permissions. Mark, Andrew, how's it going? Izzy? Sweet. Okay. Do you guys have Android Studio? Let's go ahead and open up Android Studio. Mine opens and looks like this. Does yours open and look like this? Okay. In Android Studio, we don't need Android Studio to build apps because we're not using it, but we need it to manage the Android virtual devices. Basically, we can have an Android emulator on our computer. So come over here to More Actions, and there's this thing called the Virtual Device Manager. You see this? And we're going to create a virtual device so that we can have an Android device on our computer. It'll be a virtual device. At the moment, I have no Android virtual devices. You here? You seeing this? Again, that was Open Android Studio, More Actions, Virtual Device Manager. Oh, you have some? Okay. So I'm going to, I mean, you can use it then. I'm going to create a virtual device. And my inclination would be to choose one of the Pixel 9s that, because it's the newest. And it looks like the Pixel 9a is smaller because its width is 1080 by 2424. I don't know. Sometimes it's helpful to see what your apps look like on a smaller device, where you don't assume you got a ton of space. Also, you can install as many of these as you want, and then test your app on different phones. But I'm going to do this Pixel 9a. I'm going to say next. I'm going to call it Pixel 9a. Sure, I will get this 36. I'm okay. I'll try this Google Play Store, which is the default. Hang on. I don't know. I'm kind of tempted to try this one. Are we gonna have? I don't know. I'll get Google Play Store. It's basically saying like how much additional software is pre-installed on this virtual Android phone. Like how much stuff is already in the image that we're going to download. This one is going to require 1.8 gigabytes to be downloaded, so it's that we can have this virtual Pixel 9a that's running version 36 of their API, which is apparently called Baklava, and we have the Google Play services. So I'm going to say finish. Yes, I want to download that. I'm going to, of course, have to accept the agreements. Next. And then now it's going to take its sweet, sweet time downloading this Android virtual device image. We only have to do this once. Android Studio. Did it pop up to that screen that says like, get out of that? We don't want to create a new project. Under more options, we're kind of doing an odd thing there, and virtual device manager. And then, oh, you already have one? What is it?
Medium phone. I haven't opened those.
Maybe that just auto-installed. It's nice that they gave you one so you could run it. That probably would be fine for most of our purposes, but just for the sake of learning how to do it and having an option of like a real phone, go ahead and get this. Get some kind of Pixel 9. It will be different deep down because it's going to have all of like the configuration and settings of a 9 and all the capabilities of a 9, as opposed to that kind of generic phone that's not really a real phone that anybody actually makes. Ella? Well, that's not good. Are you low on space? Okay. But when you try to get the virtual device manager, it's just not even there. It's like disabled entirely. What if you try to create a new project then? Can you do that? Okay, this claims to be done. That's funny. Grammarly is checking the grammar of the output of this console. Hey, you have more options than me. Don't do that. No, let's not do that. Let's see. Play. No. Google Play, Intel. If you're on an Intel, then Intel x86-64 Atom system image. Yeah. Did you type hi? Okay, cool. And then just to, if you want to, when it's done to test it, I can click this play button and launch, like boot up this phone, this virtual phone on our computer. So this is the same as if you've run virtual machines. Basically, it's equivalent to that. But instead of running a virtual server, like some Linux or whatever, you're running a virtual Android device. And then their emulator will also give you this pretty phone-shaped and phone-decorated device. Yeah. Yes. Sorry, it looks a little different on Windows.
And I did Pixel 9, is that fine?
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah. That's a cool feature, Robert. When you went in to Android Studio, did anything change? Sweet. So like this is a little phone, and you see it's like I accidentally just launched the Google Calendar app on this, which of course is going to want me to sign in. I don't want to do that. But I am running this Google Android 9A on my computer. I'm emulating it. Okay, so we're feeling it. We have an Android virtual device running on your computers. How many people is this working for?
You'll find work because it started. It's just it is not. It's like you can see it turned on. I can mess with it.
You can't click the edge and move it around?
Oh, I can.
I think there's a way in here. Wheel. That's unfortunate. You want to shrink it if you can. Can you change the... Can you get access to this sidebar? I thought there was a way to like... you see this sidebar here? You can press the buttons on the phone, like the back button and the circle button and the square button. Sorry, I don't use Android. One of them goes back, and one of them shows you all the things that are running, and one of them is like the home button. There's a zoom button. That's what I was thinking. You might want to press, Robert, if you can get to it. On the sidebar, do you have that zoom button? Press it again. Is it? Oops. Does it not give you... You can also rotate it, just like you could a real device. Okay. Okay. Oh, the time. All right, moment of truth here. I'm going to get rid of this sidebar because I don't need it right now. To run this app, we can just say npm run space Android, like it says here. But actually, before I do that, I'm just going to say npm run. I think this will work. It's npm start. When we say npm start, it runs Expo start. And this Expo here, Expo is this way that it makes it easy to deploy an app to React Native. And if we want to open our app in the Android simulator, once you're in this screen, Android Expo Start, you can press A, and it'll launch the app on the Android virtual device. The first time, it has to install the Expo app on the virtual device, the emulator simulator. And then it has to install our app in the Expo app. When we get to this point, this actually is the app. So let me just see if I can. If you look under App, Tabs, Index, this may be a lot, but I'm pretty sure this is this welcome page. Yeah, step 1, try it. You see this? I did this. It says, hey. So this is the index file under the tabs folder, under the app folder. These things at the bottom are called tabs. So there's a home in all webby things is traditionally called index. And then explore is called explore because this thing is called explore. I know there's like a lot of code here that could be overwhelming, but what I'd like you to see maybe is that, like, you just look at the stuff that on my screen is green. Green things are like HTML. Only what we're going to get to use in React Native are not regular HTML elements. They're special elements that are customized for our apps. So this themed text. It's like a thing you put text in, but it's themed to match a color and style. If you come up to the top just to see just a little bit, this is how we're going to get to write style, some way to write style code. You can see how they define 2 different values here for light and dark. And you can see those are just text code values for colors, and they are defining the header background color. There's a way in here that I can change this into dark mode. How do I do? Settings. Yeah, here we go. I don't think it went into dark mode. Yeah, so that's the most important thing. Okay. I'm going to do Control C to stop it. So when I'm in here, you can say npm start. So npm start is a shortcut to start the current project. And what it's really doing is executing the command expo start. And by running expo start, it builds and runs it builds the app. Okay. When we get to this screen in the Expo Start, you can launch the Android simulator by pressing A. You can launch the iOS simulator by typing I. You can open a web version by typing W. So because it's React Native and it's very web-based from the beginning, we can actually open up a web page version of this same thing. If you're on, are you guys over here? You can actually do, I think is it Shift and M is more tools? And you can, no, that's not what I want to do. Well, I can force it to reload. That. Okay, I know I need to stop. So I did assign some more JavaScript videos because we've got to learn the basics of JavaScript and then learn the basics of React. But we have a working app. We're in this big ecosystem now of React, which is mixed together HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, and we're going to learn how to do it. But on the whole, you can mess around with this and see what happens. And you know how to make a whole new app now if you blow this up. All right? Stay strong. I'll see you guys later.